Have you ever wondered why Egypt calls to you? Why Thoth's name feels familiar? Why ancient symbols, forgotten by the world, seem to live inside you? Because you weren't just drawn to this. You were chosen. Not recently, not last year, not when you subscribed to this channel. Before you were born. Yes, before time bent into matter, before your body, before your name. There was a pact, a promise, a remembering waiting to happen. This video is not for the curious, it's for the called, for those who are not learning, but reclaiming. And if your heart just stirred, if you feel like this message was waiting for you, it was. Because this is Thoth's whisper to you across the timelines. A whisper that says, I planted light inside you, and when the world grew dark enough, you'd remember. You don't need a passport to feel like Egypt is calling you. You don't need textbooks to recognize Thoth, because this isn't curiosity, it's memory. How do you explain the ache you feel when you see the pyramids, or the way your chest tightens when the eye of Horus flashes on a screen? Why? In a world full of noise, it's the silence of ancient stone that speaks the loudest. Because somewhere beyond this lifetime, you stood beneath those very stars. You walked the halls of temples that now lie in ruins. And you weren't a tourist. You were a guardian, a student, a vessel, chosen by Thoth, not to follow blindly, but to remember when the world had forgotten. You feel this pull not because you're obsessed with the past, but because your soul never left. And now, as the world spins faster, as distractions grow louder, as humanity searches in all the wrong directions, the ancient pulse begins again. It starts small, a dream, a sign, a strange synchronicity. You glance at a symbol you've never studied, but your whole body responds. You hear the name Thoth, and something unlocks inside you. That's not coincidence. That's contact. He never left. He waited. For you. Because the ones who were marked in light before birth would forget, yes. But they would also return. Not all at once, not in grand ceremonies, but in moments like this. Moments when your skin tingles, your chest expands, and something whispers from deep within you. I know this place. I know this name. And I know I was chosen. No. There was a moment before your first breath, before the veil of this world wrapped itself around your memory, when you knew. You didn't come here to live small. You didn't come to blend in. You didn't come to forget. You came here on a mission, not a mission to save the world in some grand gesture, but to carry a frequency, to hold a vibration, to become a living signal of remembrance in a world drowning in noise. That mission was placed in your soul by Thoth, not because you were better, but because you were ready. Long ago, before the rise and fall of civilizations, before pyramids cast shadows on desert sand, Thoth saw what would come. He saw the forgetting, he saw the chaos, and he saw you. Yes, you. A soul brave enough to come here now, in this time of distraction, division, confusion, and hold the ancient light steady. You weren't asked to preach. You weren't told to convert. You were simply asked to remember. And by remembering, radiate. The real initiates, Thoth whispered, won't wear robes. They'll walk in silence through the cities, carrying pyramids inside their chests. You agreed to this. Not from pressure, from purpose. Before you entered this body, before you inherited this name, you said yes. Yes to being the lighthouse when others forgot there was a shore. Yes to carrying a message that couldn't be written in words, only felt. Yes to awakening not just for yourself, but so others would remember it's possible. And that's why you're here, not just watching this video, alive, awake, feeling something stir. Because your mission didn't start with this video. It's only being activated by it. And the moment you stop trying to figure it out and start allowing it to move through you, you'll feel it. the light behind your eyes returning, the pulse in your chest that says, I know what I came here to do, and I will not forget again. You may think he's gone. That Thoth was a legend, a god lost to the sands of time. But that's not how truth works. You don't bury truth, you encode it. You send it across timelines like seeds of light, waiting for the moment someone, like you, awakens enough to water them. Thoth isn't a statue in a museum. He's not confined to ancient walls or forgotten scrolls. He is consciousness, and consciousness never dies. It adapts. Thoth speaks today, just not with words. He speaks in resonance, in symbols, in the feeling you get when everything aligns for a moment and something whispers, pay attention. He's in the book you weren't looking for but couldn't put down. In the symbol you keep seeing over and over until it feels like it's chasing you. In the part of your dreams you swear weren't just dreams. He's in numbers. Light, breath, silence. He's in that thought you didn't think, that knowledge you somehow knew but never studied. Remember this, he says. I never left. I'm inside the geometry, inside the rhythm, inside you. And you've felt it, haven't you? The sudden peace that fills your chest when you close your eyes. The goosebumps that rise when someone speaks ancient truth. The inexplicable pull toward a teaching that the world forgot, but your soul did not. That's not imagination, that's contact. Because Thoth doesn't speak to the mind. He speaks to the remnant in you, the piece of your soul that never forgot where it came from. And that's why you're not just drawn to this message. You're part of it. You were always part of it. You just needed to remember that the God you've been reaching for has been reaching back all along. There's a reason you never quite fit in. You may have tried to mute your sensitivity, hide your knowing, blend in with a world that rewards forgetting. But deep down, something in you refused to go numb. You've always been different, not broken, not lost, marked. Because ordinary was never your path. That ache you've carried all your life, that longing for something deeper, higher, truer, it was never weakness. It was the call. And now, the question rises like sacred breath. What do you do with this awakening? You don't need to run to the desert or live in isolation. You don't need to chant in forgotten languages. What you need is to remember, not once, but every day. You walk the path of the initiate by how you move through the noise. You hold ancient light in a modern world. You breathe differently, see differently, live differently. Thoth's path was never about escape. It was about embodiment, not seeking the divine in temples alone, but carrying the temple inside you. You begin to speak with truth. You begin to create with purpose. You begin to live as if every step is sacred, because it is. You don't need to convince anyone of who you are. Your energy will say everything your words cannot. And the more you align with your original essence, the more doors open. Not in the outer world first, but in the inner realm where real power lives. Because once you remember who you are, you stop looking for signs. You become one. You didn't find this video by chance. You didn't stumble here out of boredom or curiosity. You were led. Because there are no accidents in divine memory, only appointments. And this moment, right now, is one of them. The chills you felt, the lump in your throat, the way the words reached places inside you that you didn't know were waiting to be touched. That's your confirmation. That's your soul saying, yes, I remember. I've waited for this. Because Thoth didn't choose the loudest. He chose the ones who would endure forgetting and still come back. And now you are. Not just remembering facts, but reclaiming essence. You are walking back into your original frequency. You are awakening not just to something, but for something. And what comes next? You live this truth. You breathe it. You speak it. You become the bridge between the ancient and the now. You hold the light without needing attention. You carry sacred energy in simple acts, how you listen, how you love, how you choose silence when the world screams. Because this awakening isn't about looking special, it's about being real. And Thoth, he's still here, not as a god you kneel to, but as a current moving through you, a frequency that now knows it's been remembered. And you are the one he trusted to carry it forward. So don't question why you were chosen. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to be true. And now, you're not watching a video anymore. You're walking into the temple of your own soul. Welcome home, Initiate. We've been waiting for you.